starting. Yeah. Now, welcome to day four. Uh, here, last what we discussed is like what is our IE architecture, and we will see that we had a class tracker as well. For example, I want to know what is IA architecture, IA 64-bit architecture. So if I want to go, I don't know where in which class it has been taught, right? So now for that I need to go all these the videos. So if I mention all the what are the class points that we had discussed here, right? So at that time what it will be for referencing purpose for yourself, whatever the topic. So for example, I want to view what is IA architecture. So here I mentioned that, right? Directly you can go to this link and you can view the video. So this tracker will help us what are the topics that we discuss on the particular day. So what in the last class what discussed what is IA 64-bit and how we what are the how many how many ways are there we that we can recognize with the communicate with the PCs, how many types are OS are there, and what are the changes to the additional traditional infrastructure, what is server and client OS, how to install MS SQL Server 2005. These are the things that what we have seen in the day 3. Now
Good
here,
morning. Good morning.
uh, very good morning. Now yesterday we installed the SQL Server, right? But we got an error, but I am unable to log into the instance. So may I know why I'm unable to log into the um SQL Server? Why? Because I am the only one who installed the SQL Server, but still I am unable to. Where did I done some mistake here? Can anyone guess, please?
That the user is and current user we have to recognize for that while installing, right? For that.
Yeah, that's okay. That's a nice point to hear. Apart from any, unfortunately, there is no option there to add current user, current login current user as system admin. There is no option such like in 2005 setup. We can see the same option in from 2008 onwards, right? Yes or no? Yeah.
Yeah, probably yes.
Yeah. So, what other guesses, please? That's one of the nice option. So I'm not denying that it's wrong. That's a nice observation. Okay. Apart from any others, just come by. Do any is it wrong or right doesn't matter. Okay. You just speak out.
Login issue.
Locked or
Login issue.
no. Why that's a login issue? I already logged into that same in the with the same user into the Windows. If I log
Okay.
into the Windows, why could be a problem for a SQL Server?
Okay.
Okay, that's right. That's nice answer. Okay, nice question. Sorry. Next, any guesses, please? Any guess? Okay, I think I will. So by default in SQL Server, the loophole, or we can consider untested scenario, or up to now nobody has complained about that. I can say these three types. What the option is, whoever part of Windows servers, Windows built-in administrators group, all the users can log in into the SQL Server. Sir, what you said is right, but Arsha, you are also part of the built-in administrator group, right? First, why then you log in? Sir, the built-in administrator group was disabled in the yesterday video. Okay, so how I enable this video? I enable that administrator account and everything. I just copy this command and I paste go to the command here. I mean, I mean to say in virtual machine. Okay, click yes. I just pasted. That's it. This is how I activated Windows built-in administrator. So after that, what I have done is I have enabled TCP/IP. Okay, I have restarted the PC, but after restarting the PC, instead of logging into the with the username called Arsha, with whom I install, I just logged in with the administrator group and I try to get connected. Okay, with administrator group, I got success. After that, what I did, I just logged out with the administrator and I logged in Arsha. I didn't added anything. I just logged in with the Arsha and I am able to connect without giving anything. Okay, so once it is got restored, I will let you know. I will show you. So this is how I resolve the issue for which we are facing issue that we are unable to connect. Sir, now if you see here, have you seen any issues in the screenshots, please? May I know, do you find any issues or anything suspicious or anything missing in the two screenshots? So here, is there any option there that add current user as system? Is there any option such option like that? No, right? So this is the issue, or you can consider the security loophole in 2005. Okay, so whoever part of administrators group, built-in administrators group, those all users are can log into the SQL server. Sir,
Means if we choose the use the built-in system account, that option, will be able to connect the SQL server.
yeah, you can connect.
That option, use a system built-in system account.
Yes, yes, you can connect.
In that case, built-in administrator is not required, or else how it will be like.
No, that is for service accounts.
Okay,
Service accounts are with which account we need to start the SQL server. Doesn't mean that like whoever's login with the built-in administrator group, that users only we can log in.
okay,
By default, who are part of built-in administrator group, those users can directly log into the SQL server.
okay, got it,
Okay,
got it.
so thank you.
That's fine.
Mm. So this is the issue that we are having, or we can consider this is not tested the scenario from Microsoft end. So later this issue has been resolved in 2008. We will see that as well here. Okay. Now what are the installations or requirements? See, yesterday I told you that whenever we installing any software, we need to ask two things. One is what are the hardware prerequirements and software requirements. For 2008 and 2008 R2, the requirements are same. Okay, so what is the minimum giga? Or if you see that yesterday I have shown, I am having 2 gigahertz, 632 GB RAM, and like 150 GB hard disk space in C drive, and .NET for 3.5. I mean 3.5 has been installed. I am using Windows installer 5 version, and PowerShell more than 5 got installed in my laptop. Okay, now, sir, before going to that, sir, what is mean by instance? Is there any proper definition given by Microsoft? Anyone say something, please? Any guesses?
User name is called instance.
Username called is instance. Okay, it's
Instance is
wrong, sir. That's not that true.
Mission is called instance.
Yeah.
instance is a,
Okay. Go ahead.
instance is a
SQL
separate
machine.
software.
Yes, good. Who is that?
Instance is a separate software,
Yeah.
uh,
Yeah. Good. Good.
separate copy of the software.
Yes, exactly. Sir, all answers are true, but with the different scenarios. Sir, when we are calling it as an instance, it's a just like application from Windows onwards. When I calling at an instance in Amazon AWS, it's a virtual machine. So wherever we are using or working the terminology differs. Okay, sir, there is no proper definition from Microsoft end, for instance, but we have excellent definition from Oracle end. This is the definition like the combination of memory structures and background processors which is responsible for data processing is called instance. Or in simple terms, sir, if we get this answer in interview, nobody will remember this sentence and everything. So you can just say whenever we install SQL Server, one SQL Server background process will get created in which is responsible for maintaining databases and retrieve the data from the databases. This is called instance. Every instance has its own binaries and folders. Why? Because if I have multiple if for example, I have installed SQL Server 2002, like what is named is on the name instance. If we have all these binaries combined, if I uninstall another software, so if along with other software binaries, those files are will get deleted. Then it could be a problem for another instance, right? So that's the reason every instance has its own copy of set of files and softwares to get run. Now we have seen what is types of instances. Now we are seeing what how many types of instances that we have. One is default instance and named instance. Sir, what is by named instance means whatever the name, whatever the name that we are going to have. For example, sir, this is my computer. This is my host name. Whenever I set default instance Lenovo directly Lenovo, what is the my computer name is going to map with the SQL Server name. That is the thing. What the default instance is, and default instance will uses 1433 port, and there is only one default instance allowed per system. Sir, here we have one interview question, sir. I have installed 2005 default instance. Okay, can I have default instance of another SQL server for 2005, 2008, 2000 or like that? Can anyone guess, please? Hello.
Yes, we can have
Okay, then
for other.
yes, I will say you. In that case, for example, I open SSMS and I used to just connect default instance name. How it is going to connect? Either it is will connect to the 2005 default instance or 2008 default instance or some other default instance. Guess, please.
Default instance is the same. I think default instance means computer name.
Yes, computer name
Computer
only.
computer name is only one. I think.
Yes, yeah, exactly true. So doesn't matter in which version you are going to install default instance, that is going to fix. If you want to install default instance for another SQL server, it doesn't. You have to go with the named instance only. In the 99% most of the real time will go with the default instance only, especially uh, some use cases might be different, and that time only they you go for named instance, but always they are most of the members will go with the default instance only. Okay, that's why I mentioned one point here. There is only one default instance allowed in per system. Per system means per system irrespective of all versions. Okay, so default instance is also aliased with the dot localhost and more. Okay, for named instance, sir, we have some limitations. What is the like what I said, right? If I this is my Lenovo, I used to connect for default instance like this. If you want to connect to the named instance, first you need to pass the computer name backward slash and what is the instance name that you have set. This is how you need to connect to the instance name for the named instance. Just now I said that we have limitations, sir. So you will get the named instances limitation in L1. Okay. So what is the name means? The maximum characters that you can set is 16 characters. If if you want to extend, it not possible. If you want to create a instance with the names call, table or index, sequence, view, default, MS SQL Server, these are all like reserved for SQL servers. You cannot create it. Either it's a named or default. Okay. So um, instance name cannot start with the special characters at the end. If you want to dollar apart from dollar, if you want the special characters at the starting of the instance name or the end of the instance name, it's not possible. Only few characters, just like underscore, dollar, and asterisk will be allowed for the named instance. Sir, how to connect to the default instance? I am opening my SSMS. I'm opening my meanwhile, yeah. Now take it's your guess, sir. Okay. Now who are all experienced, they can, sir. What is my name? Mine. I will go with the Windows. Sir, I have connected to the default instance with the, okay. Now how many ways that I can connect here? You can see that default instance is also mapped with the dot. Okay, so I can connect to the same instance. See, previously I passed the Lenovo and I passed with the Lenovo.
You can localhost.
Yes, good. I will go dot and backward slash. Okay, okay, done. And after that I will go with the local host. Okay, so any other guesses? Only these through these four.
Type local
IP
also.
address.
IP address.
Yes, IP address. So what is my IP address? How I can anyone help me?
IP config.
Okay, good. So this is my IP address, right? IP address. Or I'm just copying. Okay, I'm just
IP address with port number.
yes. Oh, yeah, you can connect with port number. Okay, I will show that one as well. I will go with 1433. Yeah, I have connected. Any other guesses?
Type just local.
Instance name, port number.
Type local. I cannot connect. Any other
Connect with the database engine default.
default only? That's a default only, right? Okay,
Yes.
yeah, local.
Local is bracket
Brackets I need to give.
in bracket.
Within the brackets I need to connect. Okay. So any other guess?
Host name with
Host
port
name,
number.
host name I already done that, right? Lenovo is my host name. Port number 1433 is my done. Any other guesses?
Dot comma 1433 is gone.
.com,
Dot comma 1433. And it
uh,
gone.
.comma 1433. That's okay. Any guess? Any? Sir, these are all good, nice options. And so we explicitly that you want to connect using TCP/IP protocol. You just mentioned TCP/IP double dot and type the Lenovo name. So this will explicitly will get connected with the TCP/IP protocols. Okay. So now if you want to connect the named pipes, sir, for everything, whenever you install SQL Server, respective configuration manager will get installed in the system. Okay. So here I will go to the SQL Server network configuration protocols. Named pipes. I am taking named pipes. You just copy this line and you just come to here and paste it here. Done. See, I have connected to the default instance. These n number of ways are there. Okay, sir. Is there any other one thing I would like to highlight here is, sir, if I pass like this, what is like what is the instance that we used to call here?
XYZ, named
Yeah,
instance.
named instance, right? So if I mention do like this, I may be able to connect to the default instance or not, or I will connect to the XYZ instance.
XYZ instance only.
Okay, okay.
I
Any,
think it's not connected.
okay, very good. Apart from any, sir, it will
Think
get
we will
con.
connect. We will
Uh,
connect. Because
yeah,
1433 is specifically mentioned, right?
The
yes,
port number is
exactly.
same. You can connect.
Yes, port number will be there, right? That then it will direct to the application which that port number is using. So directly you will able to connect to the default instance only. So if you mention this point in the interview, right? So interviewer might get impressed. Okay. So these a number of ways are there that we
Sorry,
can.
I'm not getting this. Lenovo slash XYZ. XYZ means a default instance or another name.
This is dummy name, ma'am. This is dummy. There is no instance such like that. I just want to see that one of the scenario that if I pass the name which is not relevant or relevant doesn't matter. If you mention the port number, it will connect to the directly to that application which is using.
Okay, okay.
Okay. Yeah. Thank you.
One question also.
Yes,
Can
please.
we change the default instance port number instead of 1433?
Yes, you can change that, sir. No problem. We'll show you
Okay.
that how we need to configure, how we need to set that, where we can set. We will see in the later sessions. Okay. Yeah, in the for example, in the real time, there are so many vulnerability assessment scan tools. Okay, now wherever they scan that in the report, they will tell you 1433 port is using is open. Okay, or 1453 is default. Can you just go through the random port so that hackers will not aware of all these ports, right? So there will be assessment for that purpose. If your organization follows that kind of high level security standards, so in those scenarios, we regularly change the port numbers so that nobody can connect to the SQL server. Okay, so here you can see these many options that we can connect to the default instance. Uh, Now, how we can, sir? Yesterday I think in day two, we have seen that some volume licensing key, right? So if I want to install SQL Server for 100 system on 100 systems, so I go on Microsoft. I will ask Microsoft that I need 100 keys, so they will give the 100 keys. It's not like that. They will give one volume licensing key. So you have to embed in your system whenever you install that, right? It will get installed for that number of systems. Okay, later the auditing will go on. So they how many systems that you are using for that much of PCs, you will get the bill. So this is what we discussed, right? Now they will give the key, but how we can embedded that key in our ISO file? That is a question. So if you are working as a level 3, mostly you will get this kind of tickets, or you can consider issues. Okay. Um, so how you can embed that key? So that for that what we need to do here is, okay, I will show for that. Now here, where is my SQL Server 2022? Yeah, here is my SQL Server 2022. I'm just opening that. So meanwhile, so I will exit and I will extract. So run as administrator, click yes. Sir, when I click proceed to installation, new standard SQL Server installation. Sir, meanwhile, I would like to, this is, we will see that how to embed it. Sir, before that, sir, I would like to proceed with another screen instead of keeping ideal. Sir, there are keys. If you want to automate with the PowerShell, okay, so at that time, what are the addition that you are using for that automation that will get installed by default automatically? Okay, so for Microsoft, keeping that in mind, they have given some keys. Okay, if you use that keys, you will get these evolution editions from 2016 onwards. If you use the same, the things will get changed in 2008 or in lower versions. I will show you the both difference. Uh, okay, so meanwhile I will. open this virtual machine. I am opening this thing. Sir, previously I am just connecting and I'm just, opening that. This is my virtual machine. I am showing that how whether I am able to connect or not using Arsha login. See, I am able to connect. If I go to security and logins, see, by default built-in administrator groups is enabled. So who are part of all these administrator groups can directly connect to the SQL server. Okay, so this is the thing. Now other, yeah. See, I'm proceeding to next. Sir, here if I use this machine for automation, by default I used to get evolution edition. Now, if I see here, as of now I'm using all zeros and I'm proceeding to yes. What is the edition that you used to get? What is that
Evolution.
evolution, right? Sir, I am using only once in the first place. What is the edition that I am getting here?
Express.
Express. Sir, I am using here only two. Sir, what is the edition that I'm getting here?
Developers.
Developer, right?
Standard.
Developer. Yeah.
Sir, standard is free, guys, sir. Standard is free edition. These are all like that standard is a paid edition. These are all paid. These are developer express evolution or free editions. That's the reason Microsoft has given these options. Okay, whenever you want to install these versions, developer express through automation at the time, if you want to pass the key, okay, at that time you can use these keys. Okay, the now, sir, you know that if you use double two, or we used to get this option, right? If I use double one something, double two, right? Now we will see the same case what we are getting. Now if I see here, by default, this is how we used to get that screen, right? Generally, now when in the real time, what they will do, you will get a email or a ticket. Then, hello team, please install SQL Server. In the so and so machine, you will get ticket like this. After that, in general companies, there is the in general companies, some companies, especially they give the Excel sheet. What is the instance name? What is the collision name? Where you want to keep the files, log data files, log files, where you want to configure, what are the jobs, you will get one detailed Excel sheet. In some companies, they will just go and ask default, what do you mean? Go and check with the default options and everything. So instead of if we keep on asking what is the instance name, what is that, where I should keep the instance name. If you ask such emails in the response, you just follow this computer name, this reference. They will give one computer name, and you just follow what are the features that got installed on this machine. Same features that I want install same on this machine too. So they will give the reference as well. So don't expect that everybody should be perfect. Okay, as per the environment, we have to go in the flow only. Okay, so Arshad, yeah, tell me. Okay, so this is how we get key. This is how we can see the product keys, how it will work. Okay, so this is now I will show you the same thing. I'm closing this window. I'm closing this window. Now I am doing the same thing for 2008 R2. Now if I click setup, installation, new. So this is one for 2022 only. Yes, please. Any questions?
Yeah, yeah. While opening that setup file, what you have opened, I am getting the error. The disk image is not initialized contains partitions. That error.
Okay. So
What?
maybe setup file corrupted. Maybe you don't have sufficient permissions. We'll see that till. So I'm as of now opening with the run as administrator. If you have any error screen, just by listening, I am unable to do that. You can drop an email for us.
Okay, sure.
And meanwhile, I would like to one thing here. You just go and check these properties as well. Whether you are having sometimes it will be uh, read only, so you don't have permissions as well. As of now, with the user, I'm having full control on this folder. So you just cross it, check this point once. So, sir, see if you see here, this key got this key automatically, right? Now, if I see all ones, all zeros, what is the addition that I got?
Evaluation.
Evaluation, right? If I press 1, what should I get?
Express.
Express. If I press 2,
Developer.
Developer.
sure.
Yes.
See, what is that? What I used to get here?
Acha, okay.
Why I didn't get developer? Can anyone guess, please? Yesterday only we discussed the same point.
Not required for any license. It's a free of.
No,
Mm.
sir. What is the SQL server that I am using?
R2.
2008 or 2.
2008 R2.
2008 R2.
Okay. So from which version onwards SQL Server developer is free?
2016.
Season 16. Now you got the difference, right?
Yeah, yeah.
So
Okay.
if I get developer edition with the 2, who will buy the developer edition with the $50? Nobody will buy that, right? So that's the reason things always differs from what. That's why we are all discussing the futures, showing the installation one by one. I hope you got this logic, right? So it's all depends upon the versions. Now I'm now we are seeing how we can embed the serial key. Now we will see that. Now I'm just moving to the Google, and here uh, MS SQL Server keys. I'm using this one. Sir, this is the key that I got from the Microsoft. Assume like that. Now this is the key that I want to embed. If you want to embed here, okay. So where is that? Where is my 2000 folder, 2022 folder? This one, right? Sir, you know that, right? How we can get that? Before that, what you need to do, right? You have to create a default setup dot file, okay? And I'm just copying this command, okay? And I'm just going to the setup file, x84. I'm going to create new text file, okay? And I'm just pasting that content here, and I'm just copying this key. Okay, now this is done. Okay, now just save this option. Now come here. Now rename that as a default setup dot, remove the txt as well, dot ini. So now previously it was a test document. When I rename this, it is a change it as a configuration settings. Okay, now I have embedded my key. If I run the setup, now this key has to be shown automatically when it comes to installation. You will see that, sir, we did something. So product key is not vendor values. Okay, so now what I will do, I will do the say I will go with this logic. Where is my 2022 x84? Even though if I do some small mistake also, it will not accept, either small, big. So now this is the key, right? I'm going this copy. I'm just opening this key.
The 2008, that's not required. Is it?
Yeah,
Will it change?
this is all. See, let's see how it goes. No problem.
Sure.
So now you press proceed to next. Now this key has to be come in the installation wizard. Okay, if I proceed to next, so still I got this. Okay, it doesn't take that. Okay, well, wait. I am closing this window and I'm going to 64-bit and no, it is not taking. Okay, I will show you this part a little bit tomorrow. I think so, I am missing something here on the
And
64.
one more thing, so suppose if you have the license key already exists in the ISO file, then we can check it, right?
Yeah, this is how we can check it. In the default setup file only, there is
Yeah.
option. I think it will has to work. Okay, my PID is not working. Okay, I will use this key only. 1 minute. This is all not required. Why it is showing something error? It's 2002 only. Copy. Okay, otherwise I will do like this. So I'm just opening the notepad, all files to 2024 x64. Yeah, I think now it will work. I think we the saving. Uh, Now I'm closing all these windows. I'm just coming down. Now click installation, new standalone. Okay, so I will show you this part tomorrow. Coming to like how coming to here, we have discussed this product keys and everything, right? Now, one of the issue we came landed into production server. One of our Windows server got attacked with the malicious viruses. Every software has changed to some different extension. Now, client is asking that, Harsha, this got affected. You just take the backup of all the databases and so that we can restore in from other in another system. Before going that, first man you just retrieve the key, what we don't have that key. So if you get this kind of issues and everything, so in that case this script will help you to retrieve the keys. Now I'm opening the PowerShell. I'm just opening with run as administrator. Click yes. Now this is the key. Now before going to that, what you need to do here is I need to install one function up to here. I am just copying here. I just use this button. Done. I have installed my. Before going that, you need to go to the registry for naming convention and everything. What is that? Local machine, software, Microsoft, and Microsoft SQL Server. Microsoft SQL Server. Where is that? Yeah, this one. Sir, now this is done. Now what you need to do after installing this function, you need to use this command get SQL Server product key and that version name. If for every SQL Server we have data for database engine, we have some specific number. If it is 2012 it is 11, 2014 it's 12, it's 11, 12. For 2016 we have 13. So like that we have number. If you know, if you don't have, if you got some issues, you just go to the error with the Windows registry, and you just go to the respective instance and copy this name and paste it here. Sir, please do remember, whenever you mention the key while installing SQL Server, then only it will get for prod instance, for developer instance, where we used to get the free. For express editions we don't get key. So I'm just selecting all to in my machine, in my laptop. I installed 2014, 12, 16, 17, 19, and Express as well. So to show the difference, okay. Now I'm selecting all window, all instances, and just selecting run button. If you see here, I got all the keys as well. Only few keys. Why? Because these are all like developers Express editions. That's the reason it is saying cannot decode product key. So this is how you need to retrieve the keys of from your SQL Server where you have installed. Sir, I am right now. I in this machine only I have installed. Right, you have to take the RDP of that system and you have to install our function. This function, customize function. Later, if you want to remove, sir, this is I don't my in my system there is strict rules. I don't want to install this custom code, then you can remove also, no problem. Here is the code. You just come here and just execute. That's it. It will get a, now if you see here, you will get an error. See, got error. Command recognize cannot be recognized. So this is how you might get an error. So this is how you need to retrieve the keys from where you have installed. So and like we are going to see the installation part of SQL Server 2008. Now where is my okay? I'm going here. Sir, in this setup file, already 64-bit is there. Already default setup file is there. See, this is how the setup file got there. Okay, and now for this key, you will get automatically the serial key will get populated. So now, can anyone help me with the options? Sir, all these like before proceeding to the installation, what is the first thing that we need to check? Is there any issues that SQL Server stopping for not going to installation that we need to system configuration checker. First, you need to use this option to see that any blockings are there for installation. Sorry, I am showing this in 2000, right? Okay, I will show that 8. S84 and data default setup is also there. Run as administrator, yes. Now we can use system configuration checker. So remaining all are documents. If you want to know what are the requisitions you are not aware and you are not getting in the Google, you just click on this link. It will redirect you to that page. So if I click on this, so these are the like hardware and software requirements for SQL Server 2008. So if I show here, show details, see all are passed. Now click OK. That's good. Now I'm moving to the installation part. Now you need to select this option new server standalone and or features to the existing installation. For remaining all comes under level 2, which is for failure clusters and everything. We will see when this comes. So installation wizard installation will comes in different levels. So whenever it comes, I will show that respective part. So now here in which now we go to the options. Here, if you want to install 64-bit, you can install. If you want to install x86 32-bit, you can install. As of now, my system supports x64. I'm going to go for x64 only. Coming to installation, standalone. So see now SQL Server is installing 2008 supporting files. Meanwhile, I will try to pass the virtual machine. So key got populated automatically because of that default setup in file. Now click on that. Now I'm installing developer edition. Sir, now here what are the services that we need to install? Sir, we, as a database administrator, database engine is mandatory. Now either we have requirement today or tomorrow doesn't matter. So replication will we need for DBA we used to get replication. Full text search is like not required if they are using how we used to search in the Google. We are giving full type text, right? So at that time if you are client is have such requirement, then you are going to check this button. For DBA this is not required. Analysis is not required for DBS. Report is not required. client tools connectivity, clients tools, these two are enough for we are having we already we having SSM latest SSM is installed, so that's the reason we are not selecting. Otherwise you have to select these management tools options as well. So as of now I'm checking these management tools. So these four options is enough to install engine. If it's all depends upon your requirement as well. If you want to install analysis services, then you need to check this box. Otherwise, it's not required. These, in general, for practice purpose, these four are enough by default. So for named instance, what I'm going to SQL Server 2018 dev. I'm just giving like this. Sir, in my machine, these many engines are got installed automatically. Not automatically. I have installed. Sorry. It is showing automatically that it is retrying that list. Now install. Sir, here account name is there, account password, everything you have to mention. Okay. Now what is that? I'm going with the default system. Where is system? Okay. Now engine is not automatically. That's okay. Now proceed with next. Sir, here we have option add current user. In 2005 we don't have this option, so I'm selecting this option. Sir, whenever I will tell you that scenario, one of my friend got opportunity to install SQL Server. So while installing, he has mentioned this username as add a current user, and he said he dropped an email, hello team, uh, we have installed SQL Server. SQL Server is up and running, and you can, please check and let me know. So after that, customer dropped an email, okay, that he is unable to connect. Please create my login in this instance. Now that his shift got completed, he went out of to home, and that shift guy when he's trying to enter, he's unable because only his login was added. So in real time, when while you are working, you need to add this option. You need to add your DL as well. Okay. So here you need to add your DL so that everybody who are part of that DL can connect to the SQL Server. Now data directories are
DL means
group DL, ma'am. Group DL means whenever you get the email, group of email IDs will link to as a
Distribution
one.
list. Distribution list will come, right? I
Yeah,
will
yeah,
create
yes, yes. DAL, distribution access list. Okay. Otherwise, I will show you Outlook. Where is my Outlook? So this is my old. So this is if you see here members. Okay, this is old email ID. So in this operation, in this email ID, there are n number of persons. Okay, I have added so many members. So if I use this email ID, so everybody who are part of that distribution list can get an email. Okay, coming to data directories, we will discuss this. By default, these all are like part of the installation in mainly in C drive or D drive. File stream, if you want to store some files, image, audio files, and you want to stream it, then this option is very full. But mostly DBS won't work. Only the option like we have enabled and we will give to the developers. It's their headache. Now proceed to next, 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 install. Now, any questions, please?
can I tell you one scenario that happened in my office
Yes, please. Yes, please. Go ahead.
while patching? In night shift, my colleague, one guy, by mistakenly he need to patch 2019.
Okay.
latest patch, and the patch getting failed. So by mistake he uninstalled the SQL Server browser. So
Okay.
what happened in that scenario? What should I do?
You are sharing the your experience, or you are asking the question?
Uh, my uh, 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 my colleague who is in a night shift,
Okay.
he made a mistake.
Okay. After that, what he did that?
He don't know how to do. He just restart the system server, and after he applied the patch.
Okay. After that,
But when my senior checked, he said ki there is a there he said there is a problem in patching. You need
okay.
to find out and resolve it.
Okay. Before doing any patching, you just had for DBA, sir. We doing patching anything, sir. We have different perspectives. As a DBA, you have to take care of all your databases, system and user databases, and configuration settings and logins.
Okay.
That's
Mhm.
job done. Then you have to take the OS level backup. Okay,
Okay.
once the OS infrastructure team give the confirmation, yes, we have taken the OS level backup. If anything goes wrong, we can revert back to the previous situation. So, okay,
Okay.
so we used to follow in for some clients minus 2 strategy. Okay, so
Okay. Hmm.
n minus 2 for some client n minus 1 we used to follow. For example, for 2022, we have a patch called CU 14. Latest one, let's assume like that. But still, we
Okay.
are installing only 2000 CU tool only. We don't go that. Okay, we have to, before patching evolution, we need to ask one thing: are we patching because of any issues, or do we have any security loopholes in current CU? All these things we need to consider, and we have to apply in the test or dev productions, and later you have to come to apply all this into production. Simply blindly glowing will cause a number of issues. So
Okay.
in the production we have so limited time, so 8 hours of
Okay.
time we have to concentrate other tickets as well, right? So we have to
Okay.
go follow the best strategy only.
Okay.
So this installation, so installation has been done. Next, close. Now open this, go to the SSMS, browse, done. See, I'm able to connect to the SQL Server 2008 instance. So as of now, this is all enough for today, and we are going to see 2008 R2 and 12 instance tomorrow. And yeah, now it's session for doubts. Any doubts, please? Hello? Any doubts?
We can hear you.
Okay, then thanks for joining the session, and we will meet you tomorrow. Bye for now. Jai Hind.
I have a small doubt.
Yeah, go ahead.
What she said, she was saying that mistakenly SQL Server browser got deleted. Uh, then how to get it back if we delete it?
Sir, we have to repair the installation media. Sir, see, browser, what the browser will do, it will broadcast the network instances. Okay, so the browser duty is to broadcast the instance name. Someone is trying to connect to the instance. So if the installation media fails, or okay, patching that fails, and you are unable to see the patch directly, I cannot say that I will say some recommendations, but you have to go through the error log first. Error log you have to go through first. You have to go through the event viewers logs. So then, according to scenario, as of now, I'm is going one suggestion is like you have to go with the repair installation media option is also there. Okay.
Okay, understood.
Yep. Any other doubts? Okay then.
Hello, Harsha.
Hello. Yeah, hi Karthik. Yeah, tell me.
Yeah. Can you cover data warehousing concepts, something like that? Actually, I'm going into a new project. They are set up, the new warehousing concepts and everything we need to set up.
No, Mahesh. Actually, I'm not aware of the data warehouse concepts. So like totally different SSIS concepts and everything. What are the schema
Okay.
that we are following? That right? That's a star schema and flow seismic. It's very different and very. Uh, I'm just not covering that part.
Okay. So we can cover, backup plans and DR, everything, right?
Yeah, that's a DBA itself. That meaning, right?
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah,
yeah, yeah.
yeah. We'll cover. Thanks for asking. Yeah.
Thank you, Harsha.
Yeah. Any other doubts? Okay then. If no doubts, and I'm very happy. Uh, so tomorrow, yeah, DB, you are trying to say something. AVDBA, you are,
No, no, no.
okay. Okay then. We will catch you tomorrow. Thank you. Bye.